Good afternoon, it's Phil Thatch and I'm here at the trail that runs alongside of Middle Creek in the greater Chattanooga area. I was here about a month or a month and a half ago and we hadn't had any rain in a long time, and this creek was barely flowing. I went to Middle Creek Falls that day, barely flowing. I'll put a link over there somewhere and you can see that video. But today we've had rain for the last 2 days, plus a little bit of rain the week before. And as a matter of fact, I was planning on going out this morning, but it rained and rained and rained, and I waited it out, and the rain has just stopped. I've arrived almost exactly as the time that the cold front passed over, and the rain has stopped, and I can hear that creek flowing. As a matter of fact, there was a guy at the parking area getting out with a kayak. So this is going to be a different scene today. Middle Creek Falls and Middle Creek is going to go from nothing to quite a lot of something, and we'll see what it looks like really soon. Okay, so Middle Creek is really more like Middle River now. Look at that thing. This is, we're at the foot of Signal Mountain, and the Tennessee River is not far that way. So this is all the flow of the rain that's been on the Signal Mountain, coming down the mountain and into the river. There goes the kayaker. I don't know where he's going to put in, when I may be able to get a shot of him as he goes by. Look at this business, as Gavin Hardcastle would say. I mean, this is really something. Okay, I love it when a plan comes together. I've been waiting to come to this location all day long, and it's exceeding my expectations. I got my first shot framed up here. I'm trying to get as much of the beautiful fall color in the shot as I can without getting any white of the sky, because that will mess up the whole shot or take away from it anyway. Manually focusing. I'm trying different apertures and shutter speeds. I'm up to f11 now, and that makes the exposure 1/6 of a second. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think I like that. 1/6 is about perfect. Okay, so this is that shot, and 1/6 of a second is just about perfect. It's just right for this high flow. Less flow, I'd probably do more like a half of a second. But I really am thrilled with this shot, and I think this one might be Heather's favorite. Okay, well, that was completely awesome, this location. And I'm gonna try to hike up a little further and see if I can get closer to the falls. I don't know if I can make it all the way to the falls this time, because a lot of my walking to the falls was on the creek, and I definitely can't walk on the creek today, but I'm gonna see how much further I can get. It's all about climbing boulders now, and take a look at that monster, just nestled. I mean, that thing's got to weigh as much as a sperm whale, and it's just kind of piled up on top of another big rock. Okay, I'm under that thing now. Look at that. Beep, 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 back it up, back it up. I mean, it's huge, huge. And I think not too much further is the actual Middle Creek Falls. Tricky question is, how the hell do I get there? Last time I took the low route. That is not going to fly this time. I got to climb up that, I guess, and kind of go around. Okay, so there is a review of this hiking trail to get to this falls on like All Trails or one of those hiking sites, and the reviewer called this moderate. This is somebody that I'm actually Facebook friends with, a highly respected photographer, but I gotta tell you, that shit right there is not moderate. Okay, so after I whined about how this hike is not moderate or intermediate, my microphone fell off. of my shirt, which I probably should have put it in my bag, but I didn't. But it was somewhere along the side of the creek, and you could still hear from the microphone the sound of the creek flowing hard. But I was thrilled to see these rapids, and when I went to the falls the first time a few weeks ago, I walked right where these rapids are instead of going the hard way. But as I got to looking, I saw in the distance that the kayaker, who had unloaded at about the same time as me, was coming, and I was able to make this clip of the kayaker as he negotiated these awesome rapids on Middle Creek. I was thrilled that I was able to catch this and not miss it while I was hiking. So that's really cool. I was about to make a clip documenting some damage that my gear took getting here, like the scratches all over this Photo travel tripod that I use on my vlogging camera, when I noticed that my Rode transmitter was missing. It had fallen off during the hike. I used the receiver to help me find it by looking at the Wi-Fi strength meter on the bottom right. So I had a pretty good idea of where I lost it, because there was a spot that about yanked my backpack off my back, but I couldn't find that spot going backwards, so I hiked all the way past it until I noticed my signal strength getting weaker. Then I turned around and came back, and on the way back I found it, and now I'm back in business, luckily. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the half-a-second shot that I made from right here, almost directly across from the falls, before I noticed that I had lost my my transmitter microphone combo and walked all over this canyon trying to find it. So now I'm going to try to go in a little deeper, but I think before I start hiking some more, I'm going to take this microphone off, put it in the bag where it belongs. Okay, so this is the October 31st shot from where I was just standing in the previous clip. And if you look at those two big boulders right in front of the falls with the beautiful leaves all over them, the one on the left, the lower boulder, is where I made this shot on September the 19th, when it was not flowing at all. This is a 14mm shot, and the other one was much different. It was a 44mm shot from much further away, but that's two shots of the same waterfall on two different dates. Okay, in this area I made a quick shot panning left to right to kind of show you the beautiful view from here before I walked further upstream. But when I came back downstream, I made a panorama shot from here, which I will show you later in this video. Okay, I just made a photo from this precarious location of that falls there, and I'm going to try to get up on this big rock and make a photo of something kind of over that way. But up the hill further, I just heard a tree fall, and today's Halloween, and I got to tell you, that scared the hell out of me. So Halloween is accomplished. I'd really like to get back down to that same boulder that I used 6 weeks ago, or 5 weeks, however long it was, and get right up on that falls, but I just don't know if I can get down there, and that tree kind of scared me. Plus, I'm already pushing my luck with having found my microphone after losing it. But let's get one more shot at least. Okay, so I did make a shot of that taller falls, but I didn't like it at all, and then this is the shot that I just described looking upriver from where I was standing. And I like this one okay. I'm not thrilled with it. It's probably my least favorite photograph of the day, but I do like that the light got bright for just a moment and let some dappled sunlight through. Well, I did not get far on the way back, and I ended up stopping right here, and I made a pano. Actually, I made several panos. I don't know if any of them were going to come out good, but I made several attempts. Hopefully at least one of them will stitch and look good, because this is just a beautiful spot right here. All right, well, here is the pano as it slowly creeps across the screen from the right to the left, and there's what I would call Middle Creek Falls right there with the beautiful leaves on the boulders. And then this falls, the taller falls, when I was there in September, that was not flowing at all, and there wasn't much flow from any place else except for what I call Middle Creek Falls. Now here is the entire pano, not scrolling, but showing it to you all at one time. And like I say, I did several versions of this, and this is the one that worked best. I'm sitting here at a kind of precarious spot. I'd say about 35 feet above the rushing water below, directly below. And I got this shot over here that I'm working on with the Z6 and the 24-70 f2.8 and the FTZ adapter. And every once in a while I've been sitting here, or actually while I was hiking from the spot where I worked on the pano to here, the sun would kind of peek out for just a moment. So while I've got this shot perfectly framed, I'm going to kind of sit here for just a few minutes and hope that the sun peeks out and maybe hits that falls for just a second, because that would really add something to this shot. I'm really already happy as I hit the play button on the camera with the shot that I have. It's kind of just right, f11 ISO 100 half a second. I got the polarizer on, but I don't have it turned all the way to remove all of the reflections. I've got it just toning them down a little bit, kind of half on and half off with the polarizer on this shot. Come on, son. Well, this will look very similar to the first shot of Middle Creek Falls that I made earlier in this video, that I showed you earlier in this video, but I'm actually on a completely different boulder about 15 or 20 yards downstream. So this is this shot, and here is the shot from earlier in the video, and now we'll look once again back at this shot. Totally different shots, but very similar. Nearly straight down right there. So watch that last step. I sat here a few minutes, and instead of getting lighter and brighter, it's actually getting darker. I can't really tell it myself, but I can look at my light meter on the back of the camera, and while I've been sitting here, it's dropped 2/3 of a stop underexposed without changing my settings at all. So the light is definitely getting darker instead of getting brighter. So I'm going to go ahead and start hiking back, and actually now I feel just a few sprinkles coming on, so it's definitely time to start hiking back, although I think I may have said that at least 3 or 4 times already in this video. Okay, well, I've made it down to the part of the trail where civilized people can walk and where people my age should be walking, and past a few people. You know, the rain's been stopped long enough now to where people are starting to come in. Like, I just passed 2 different groups of 2. One of them had a dog. Here comes another dog walking past. So I guess its owner should be around here somewhere. And but I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.